To the let me make sure that's okay. There you go.
Gotta dab.
I'm dabbing.
You gotta dab on the haters. Is that what you're gonna do?
Yes, it's
Doesn't matter that you went 1-8.
1-8, baby, with a better record than Thomas.
With a better record, there you go. You're not true last place.
You're welcome.
As we might say. All right, so
naming Thomas's team.
Fuck. I don't know why this is always such a problem for me every time.
Alright, let's not blow out everyone's eardrums this time with the music.
I scream really loud to the microphone.
Alright. We are live, pal. So, let's... which one did I open it with? Okay, so... So just...
Kick.
That's nice.
It was a music maker in the Humble Monthly Bundle.
Oh.
I used that to make the music last season too. Anyway,
Nice.
welcome again, everybody. This is Inside the PFL, Season 7, Week 10. I am your champion, Season 5. Former champion, El Zubaidor, Joe. Joined, as ever, by the live correspondent, the person who always seems to be here when things get live and in color. It's Mario.
Yes, your new co-host.
Oh my god, you're saying that. Many admitted last week he didn't listen to the live episode.
Oh yeah, I know.
That was nearly 2 hours. So
perfect. Set in stone.
Thank you, Sneaky, for joining us early here. And newcomer to the podcast, it's Rob.
Oh, what's up, my ends?
Oh, whoa! Whoa, Rob can say that. He's black.
N means it stands for nerds.
Whoa! Okay, all right. Good to know.
He can say that because he's a nerd.
Yes.
Week 10, the season's over, except for the playoffs. The season is...
Reg C's O.
Reg C's O, as Homestar Runner might say. Mario, I got to ask your opinion here. What did you think about the final week of the season? And don't say that you're sad because you didn't get into playoffs.
Well, you took the words right on the mouth, so I'll have to say that. This was an interesting week overall, I would say. A lot of hilarious games. A lot of shenanigans and luck going on. Luck be a lady this week.
Luck be a lady this week. And Rob, you just watched all the matches here. What did you think of the week?
I thought they were all interesting. Not too bad. I mean, I wasn't really into it at the end of the season, but hey, I thought they were all right.
Yeah, I think everyone here, it's safe to say, just kind of like started zoning out from the season.
Was it? I mean, this was a season that was 2 weeks shorter than last season here, but did it still feel like it dragged near the end? Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! I thought it was better this season, but
I mean, I've been burnt out.
Well,
for
that's true. You tried leaving season 5.
Yeah,
and it was like, no, I gotta. We need you back, Mario.
Yeah. Oh yeah, please.
Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back.
They pull me right back in, bastards.
Starting off the week here, my win over Mike.
Hilarious.
I got a nice anecdote for this one. When it became clear, when I lost to Sneaky, and Mike won, and you lost, but either way. But when it became fairly clear that it was very tough for me to get into playoffs, I said to Mike, I will let you win this match. I have a championship. This is the fire guy season. You want to try to be the fire guy? I will let you get into playoffs. And we went on through that for a good 3 or 4 days, and I started making my team. I was like, going to make a joke team. So I start with double screens. A joke team, yes, thank you. I start with double screens Masharna, and from there I just pretty much made the rest of what I brought. And I'm like, I actually want to use this team. This isn't a joke. This is actually pretty good. And so I expressed this to Mike, and he said, just play me. I'm like, really? Yeah, whatever.
What could possibly go wrong?
To Mike's credit, he wants to win. He wants to be legit in this.
He wants his own merit.
Which more power to him. But he lost.
Yeah. Whenever Mike is given the ball to do something like that, he cannot deliver.
Mike.
Hey, Mike. Let Trevor win one. Throw him a bone.
Mike only beat Rob in the conference this season. So, going into the playoffs against Kyle, who he did beat, all things considered.
Yeah.
And Murphy, who kicked his ass twice. In addition to Sneaky, who... Mike has this weird thing, too, where he'll say, like, oh, yeah, I think I could... Like, if I look at it on paper, I think I could play them, until he actually has to play them. And then it's just like, wait a minute. Ooh.
He chokes.
Yeah. He's a bit of a choker, Mike. No offense to him, but he needs to rise up. Yeah. Grab that fucking moment.
Don't forget about your pregame piss.
That's also true. We both did, so maybe that's why I'm more powerful after the pregame piss. So...
Your power level's higher.
Yeah. There were times in the battle where I could have followed through and given Mike that victory. I could have at the very last, almost like the very last sequence as an example, where I put Screech on Electro just because Manny inspires all of us sometimes, and you do the Screech plays, and especially Electro very fast. So if he's not going to do much against what's against him, fuck it. Now your defense is lower, you bitch. Get out of here.
God forbid you survive, and then you just explode in their face.
And I didn't. I hit Thunderbolt, and even then it would have been tough. He might have gotten like a +0 because I had Aftermath on Electrode.
Yeah.
So I fucking eat a Flare Blitz from Arcanine, and he takes 30-some damage, 25 from Aftermath, and then he has to hit it again on whoever I had left.
Yeah.
And he was probably either going to +0 or just die that turn. So... Either way...
Hilarious. It was a fun game.
It was a fun game. I like running a set with both of my Sandrush guys.
Yeah. I also want to say, though, hilarious seeing Cresselia up against
Shitty Cresselia
and losing.
I told him about double screens Masharna. I literally told him, hey, I'm going to bring Masharna with 2 screens. And he even said, he's like, I might not be able to solve that.
I'm just going to bring what was it, a Signal Beam? Signal Beam?
Signal Beam on Cresselia, too, which...
Why?
Did you know?
Did he get Shadow Ball? Does it get Shadow Ball? Tell me, get Shadow Ball.
I think it get Shadow Ball.
Why would you go... What else did Signal Beam help against you? What
else does Bug beat? Dark?
Dark?
It would have been neutral on Tyranitar.
Oh. Good job. You know what would have been even better? Toxic Stall.
Toxic Stall would have been good. I don't think Mike has brought Toxic Stall. We talked about this a lot. Mike has this weird thing where he's like, no, I need to bring coverage Calm Mind Cresselia with that fucking 75 special attack. Let me just Calm Mind up a bit to get that to a respectable amount of special attack.
You know what would have been really good? Who's your Sealed type in that match?
Nobody, because I didn't bring Ferrothorn.
No, you brought a...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I did bring Excadrill. You're right. I'm sorry. Well, Excadrill... Oh, no, that's my phone. I forgot to... Thank you.
Oh, the host is the one who forgets to silence their phone.
Very professional.
Thank you, Marvel Puzzle Quest, for letting me know I got my ass kicked in a game. Cool. Excadrill, can't be paralyzed, can't be poisoned.
PFL.
Raw dog, live pal. Yeah, so I'm sorry, what would have been good?
I got nothing.
Alright, cool, very good.
I don't understand.
Garrison over Thomas, +5.
Amazing match.
Thomas caps off, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, and Manny might be the only person who knows, so you probably can't correct me, but has there been a season worse than 1 and 8+1?
Thomas, I think Tyler's done better than you.
Oh, no! Don't say that!
Oh, damn.
This man has a championship.
Past tense.
God damn.
Oh, man. Please, if I ever fall that far, kick me out of the league.
Yeah, I would rather shadow ban myself than go down in history as someone with that kind of record.
Oh man, the big story in this match, I think, though, was Skarmory.
Oh my god, it was amazing. I want to take this match and I want to show Trevor and be like, this is what you could have been. This could have been you.
I don't know if that's what he could have been. It's just Thomas either didn't break, like he lost Volcarona almost immediately, which I think that was a common thread of a few of Thomas's matches, where like Volcarona was the only answer to something on the opponent's team, and then it's gone because it's the fucking 4x weakness to like any rock move. So a non-stab rock slide from A-Muck is just goodbye.
Yeah. God, there's something else I wanted to say about this match. Oh, so I saw Thomas last week. Came in for my mom's 60th birthday.
Did you break his balls?
The first thing I did to him, like, you know, like I saw his sister first. I was like, Jackie, hey! I saw his mom. I gave her a big hug. I saw Thomas. Was like, I'm sorry about Chansey, bud. I'm sorry.
Chansey.
And then so like we were both like we were just talking like it's like, are you gonna get like I don't know. This is just so funny to me. What a good season.
Maybe he'll do better.
Yeah, there's always next season.
Maybe. But yeah, Skarmory, though,
amazing.
Actually getting kills. With
Love it.
You said it was an offensive Skarmory. I don't think it was. I think it was
just...
I mean, you run Brave Bird on Skarmory
with
whatever set. So, and at one point it was at 0.5 attack because of 2 intimidates.
Yeah.
And it was still just...
And it's still just... And it was funny.
The one time he doesn't bring Flamethrower on Salamence.
Oh, yeah. Or Brick Break.
Brick would not have done anything.
No, I got jokes for days. Oh, speaking of which, just want to mention that about the Mike fight. Double screens Musharna.
Yeah.
Brick Break Miltank.
Yeah.
What the heck, Mike?
He had it.
We've never seen successful Brick Break used
no
before.
one has ever done that.
we always talk up Brick Break Miltank.
That would have been a spectacle.
I would have been like, yo.
He used Brick Break Miltank. It was there.
But he didn't use it with the screens.
He did. He got rid of Reflect with it.
I don't remember that. Bring it up, prove it.
He used it on Tyranitar, which for some reason, I don't know what the fucking roll is on Brick Break, but it did like 50% the first time, and then he broke Reflect with it, and it did like 38. So
that's hilarious.
Tyranitar lived with 3% health, and it was terrible. Alright, next up we got Sneaky getting the win over Kyle here. This was a nail-biter, to say the least.
Yeah.
This is two people that are in playoffs here.
Thanks, guys.
We could be seeing a preview of a match to come, depending on how that goes.
One of them better win, just so I could say that I came from the toughest division.
I gotta
Sneaky, you better win.
Come on, Murphy, you better win.
Sneaky, you're listening right now. You win. You win. I want you to win. Kyle already has a badge.
That's true. That's the thing. That's why I wanted to let Mike in. Like, you know,
he'll never be the fire guy.
Something to note. We'll talk about playoffs later, but half of the entrants here, former champions. So it is a who's who.
Damn.
Yeah.
And we could, 50% chance to see the first double champion. Oh yeah, we got to talk about. I didn't write down. The new finals rule. I forgot about that.
I will talk about that later.
Yeah. Down here.
Real quick.
I forgot. I forgot to say last time. But when I don't write something down, we don't do commish picks. So,
oh yeah.
Anyway, Sneaky over Kyle. This was a match. It's what a difference because week 2, Kyle shit all over Sneaky because he didn't bring coverage. As soon as he brings coverage, everything's threatened.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about. Which now that I think about it, because I was saying to you before we started here about Tangrowth, Blissey, and Mega Blastoise being a good defensive kind of trio.
Yeah.
Gliscor, Gastrodon, and Hariyama, Kyle's been using in very much the same way, where you've got the two kind of 1 week to 4 times a week to ice, 4 times a week to grass, and then Hariyama comes in to at least eat the ice moves and then threaten a lot of what, especially ice types, that might threaten it. Hariyama coming in a lot when Gastrodon's at gets down, takes like 60% from an HP grass, and then it's like, whoop, Hariyama has to come in, and help and kind of build some longevity with a lot of them here.
Yeah, it's smart. It's good strats.
It is. The big thing that happens here, though, Gastrodon is an absolute motherfucker, and I hate it, and we're probably moving it up. It's one of those things where, in retrospect, probably shouldn't have moved it down.
Yeah.
At least it took like a season and a half for us to notice because M1 didn't do too much with it last season. So, either way, up against Lando. Lando did a lot of work in this match. Lando was Lando, basically.
Yeah, Lando.
You said, after we finished the match that it was a very general match because it was basically everybody played to their strengths.
Yeah.
Pretty much. There wasn't a big surprise, so Lando just doing a lot of just motherfucking people.
Yeah.
Could have killed Gastrodon, went for U-turn instead, which was weird. And the only thing that saved the match was a crit V-Create from Victini, where I think this is the first time physical Victini was being thrown out too. So it's probably, it's one of those things where, much like how we'll talk about in the M1 match, you see Nidoking and you think, okay, Beam Bolt, Earth Power and maybe a poison move.
We'll
And
definitely talk about that later.
And then Physical Nido King does something. It's like, what? It's like the time that I thought you, Rob, were going to bring. I see Chandelure and I expect Scarf. So I'm like, let me just hit Roost here first. And then I hit Roost before even getting hit. And I'm like, what? And then I take 80% on a Fire Blast.
Yeah.
Subverting expectations.
Yeah. This is definitely the Ryan Johnson of seasons.
So, yeah, Crit mattered in that one.
Crit mattered.
Sneaky getting the win there. A 8-win streak. No, 7, because I keep forgetting that week 1 didn't happen against Gage. So either way, 7-win streak. Very impressive streak. We'll see if it carries over and he kicks my ass again, which I vow. I can't vow that it will not, because I don't know. Because I thought I had a good chance last time, and look what happened. So, either way, Tristan getting the +3 over James. This was a good match.
This was a fun match. Because it was like, all right, so James with his awesome James shenanigans coming in. And then Tristan's like, you know what? I want to pull some of my own shenanigans. I'm going to go a little shenanigan myself.
Shigan up.
Yeah, there was a lot of really fun shenanigans going on. That's the best way to put it. Just
Very fun.
I think that Tristan had I think I said to either you or Manny, whenever, but it was a fairly unimpressive season overall, unfortunately, because he had a good team, and I think that if somebody were to take Oricorio, who did a lot of work in that match with a Scarf, like Revelation Dance, the fact that it can change the type on Revelation Dance, and it's, I think, base 90, so you just basically
it's a solid move.
It becomes like, the T-Bolt, the Flamethrower, the fucking Shadow Ball, whatever you need it to be for that. And with the Scarf, too, where he just...
That's the same thing like Savali. Just plug it in where you need it.
Exactly. I think that Oricorio, if somebody does some good work with it, it was tough for him because he also had Torn, I think, that season. So
it's hard to bring a lot of flying types when rocks are so prevalent.
But I think because I feel it's weird because, like, you made Chad out your main flying type this season.
No, don't knock Chad out.
I'm not knocking Chad out. I'm just saying you need some walls
to
take something in Tier 5 as your main option on, like, a prevalent type like flying.
Yeah.
I think. And that's where I could see some reservations with Oricorio, but you do get, pretty solid special attack, good speed tier. I think he's like 95 or so.
Yeah, it's very similar to Chad out.
Very good. Yeah, so, and you have... it's a bit gimmicky, but it can work, especially in this. Again, Manny talked last week about how you spend those 40 points for the one time where it helps you, and Oricorio took out 3 Pokemon in this match.
Yeah.
So it was...
If it was not Scarfed, if he did not... Like, if it wasn't, like, the Pom-Pom one, if it wasn't, like, Scarfed, like, that would have been a completely different match.
Right, it would have.
That Boom Burst in the beginning would have... Tolls.
The Swellow would have been a big problem for the team, and just immediately removing it turn 1, it's good.
Yeah. The crazy Mario plays.
You've done that a lot. Yeah, leading with Scarf something and then blowing something up turn 1 is a very Mario
fun
play.
Strategy.
And we also got the rare, what shouldn't be rare, but the rare Hoopa Unbound getting a kill.
Oh.
Not a Destiny Bond kill either.
Yeah.
A real Z-move kill.
Yeah. Who would have guessed?
There probably aren't very many Pokemon that would want to take fucking Black Hole Eclipse from Hoopa.
I can't.
Maybe a fighting type, but like...
maybe like Clefable.
Maybe, but like...
It's a whole lot of nope.
Pretty much. That's what it boils down to.
Nope.
Big stupid letters of just anything that's coming in is
Scrafty maybe
immediately dead. Something that would 4 times resist Dark, which is Dark fighting the only thing that would do that. Dark fighting Bug. Bug resist Dark.
I think it might. I'm not sure. I don't have. When it gets to like Bug.
When it gets to those types that nobody uses.
Yeah, Bug, Poison. It's like I'm a little Rock, yeah. Rock,
yeah.
Bug.
Did you know that Rock resists Poison?
Yeah, it's amazing. I actually did know that because that's why I was.
That's one of those weird things where you just...
It's like you get something like Rhydon and it can 4 times resist the poison move. Like, yeah, and then it gets poison. You're like, no.
At 10%.
Oh.
Next up, we got Murphy getting the +4 over Rob. Rob, if you don't mind taking the reins on this one.
That fuck Togekiss. That feathery ass, happy ass looking, fucking red blue polka dot stomach bitch. Fuck it.
Damn,
Fuck
Rob,
that
tell me how you really
thing.
feel.
God damn it. I didn't even look at his team before I battled.
No, yeah. That was like me against you last week. And then that one Pokemon.
If I knew he had Togekiss, I'd probably switch up my team.
Honestly, I don't think we need to talk about the rest of the match.
No, that's all I want to say about that match.
Yeah. Togekiss doing work like it always does.
So moving on, Mario getting the +4 over Gage with Manny battling here. One thing that I was concerned about
Yeah.
is the fact that you had the chance to jump me into playoffs, which would have been what I called the nightmare scenario, basically, where
Hilarious.
where me beating Mike but not getting into the playoffs myself would have been just nobody would have been happy because you probably don't want to do any more games either.
I
so.
don't. You know what? I had a fun season. The games that I won were hilarious. The games that I lost were, except for fuck you, Rob.
Sorry.
That one I just felt like trash after
The
that.
spirit of Agron wanted me to win that battle. It
Fuck
felt
off.
bad for me.
Yeah. He's like, I just need to get one win, so I'm not. I just need to get slightly above Thomas, so I don't have the worst season ever.
So
I'm glad that happened to you. I'm not even mad.
why is Mike calling you?
I don't
Answer
know.
the phone.
I don't want to.
Answer the
I don't
phone,
want to.
You're interrupting, Mike.
Mike.
What?
You're on Inside the PFL
We're
right now.
recording inside the PFL right now.
Here's Mike, our special guest.
Oh, you guys are doing it
Yeah,
Literal live, yeah.
Put it up to the thing,
All
please.
right, here you go.
Say a few words, Mike. Defend yourself.
Uh,
Are you driving? Sorry, Sneaky. Is Sneaky oh.
I don't know. He said Gamers Rise Up. That's it, like 20 minutes ago. Mike!
Is anyone even here? Oh, 3 watching. Who's the other
I
people?
don't know, dude. Mike, say some words.
Say a little something to the
I'm
camera.
saying words. Are you hearing words?
Not
No.
really. We're just hearing the fucking beeping of your car.
Your words suck.
All that. Are there words now? Could you hear me now?
Kinda.
Come
Yeah.
on, Mike. Confess to your crimes.
Yeah.
Come on, ain't nobody got time for this.
Wow. What, my crimes of not making it to playoffs like a little bitch? Yeah. There's a lot of those.
All right, Mike. Well, thank you for joining us here. We'll talk to you later.
Oh, okay then. Well, you guys have fun.
Goodbye.
Fuck you.
He tried.
I hung up on him before he could say it, that bitch. Anyway, where were we? Oh,
Talking about me.
oh yeah, that's right. Or Manny on this one here, where
Hold on, I just want to say.
defend yourself, please.
So there's a reason I didn't want to battle, and with Joe's helpful editing skills, I will show you guys at some point. And by that I mean just
I don't-
James, because he's the only one who cares.
I don't edit this.
No, like in the future, like on a different PFL.
What? What am I editing? What? What are we talking
I'm gonna
about?
plug in a picture of why, or I'll just post it in the Discord. I'll just post it in the Discord.
Whatever.
There's a reason I didn't want to battle this week.
Fair enough.
I'm
Again.
working on something.
All right, it's fine. But either way, Manny getting the +4 for you here. He does. The defend yourself was in regards to Spore Punch Breloom, where Manny called you dumb for not bringing the set, even though you've brought it before.
Yeah, and I also brought it against Gage. I brought this against you, by the way. I just didn't need it.
That was the
was
advent
that.
of Paxorus.
Yeah, that was that whole situation. I brought it against I brought it 3 times. So I brought it 3 times, which is like the matches that I played. That's like 3/8.
Just
That's
about,
a lot.
Yeah. In the long run, yes, of course. That's
like
I don't even know what to compare that to. 3/8.
Yeah.
It's a fraction that can't be divided.
That's why I was like, wait a minute. I don't want to do percentages. I'm just going to say the fraction.
You left me in a weird spot.
Yeah.
So basically, a lot of this was also a tale of Gage having weird / bad luck. Cause
Yeah, definitely.
we see another
HJK move.
missed HJK, which the normal jump kick is what, 95, I think.
Yeah,
You only see
90.
that. You only see that on like Random Battle Stantler,
Yeah.
which high jump kick, yeah, 90%. That's that. I mean, we saw Manny missed a T wave. You know, it happens.
It happens.
This shit happens.
This
but
is the season of the missing of the 90% accuracy stuff.
thankfully, it didn't happen to me. With a steam eruption yet, I say as where's Wood? Oh my god! I say
Yeah.
as I might miss a
Or
steam eruption against
Rob hitting me with 4 Head smashes in a row under confusion.
I'm sorry. Aggron's fighting spirit is too powerful.
It is. Also, you Dragon Dance in front of it.
Banking on the fact that he would
Would
not.
hit or hurt himself in confusion.
I didn't mean it.
I was like, how many times can you get this in a row? I'm just going to D-dance up so I can get the kill.
But what it boils down to, because he gets the +4 here, we both end up with plus 13. 5 and 4 plus 13. I don't know how the fuck strength of schedule works.
I don't get it either.
I tried doing the math. Man gave me numbers, like you're like 0.581 and Mario's 0.492. And I'm like, okay, how'd you get there? It's like, okay, so you got to add up all the wins and then all the losses and then divide it by the wins and then do this and that. And I tried doing the math on my own and I couldn't get these fucking numbers that he was coming up with.
I'm calling conspiracy. He just wants me out. No, think about it, though.
I'm going to be honest.
You had Mike and Rob in your division.
What it boils down to is you lost to Rob.
You fuck.
Sorry,
I
I didn't mean
beat
it.
Rob.
I hate
I
you.
didn't mean it. I honestly did it.
Next up, we got M1 getting the win over Mitch, dashing Mitch's playoff hopes. when Tristan beat James, it was free fucking game because Manny was under the impression like all week that he was going to throw to Dan just so he could play Dan again. And then it didn't matter. So,
Yeah.
basically the 4th seed was completely fucking wide open at that point. And Mitch could have got in if he won, but he didn't.
Mitch, get good, man.
Now he consulted both myself and you for help on this here with the team. So
You were all about Moltres, and I was like, no.
what do you mean? Moltres had good fucking calcs.
I wanted Electivire. I said bring Electivire.
I didn't want to bring. He has a lot of offense on that team. It's fucking Mimikyu. I would have subbed out Mimikyu for Electivire, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Either way, basically what it boiled down to is Mitch still doesn't know how to fuck a team because he said, and I quote, because he showed me the fucking spreads afterwards, and 252 special defense on Chansey. Like, wait a minute, why is that there? Why is that there?
It's like pretty much costing the game.
So I looked into this as well, because when it happened, Poison Jab from Nidoking, Physical Nidoking, Life Orb, Sheer Force Nidoking,
We'll get to that in a second.
on Chansey did 90%. Because I'm talking to M1 at the time, and he's like, why did that happen? Why did that happen? Did I do something wrong? And I'm looking into it too, like, how the fuck did that happen?
It's
The difference between 0 defense investment, that's like high roll, everyone got like the high roll, I'm pretty sure there too.
damn.
So, like, high roll was like mid-90s, which is what Chansey had at that time. I think it was like 93%. If you put the fucking 252 defense into Chansey, you know what the high roll becomes?
What?
49! If you go 252 defense and bold, Chansey can defend!
Yes. That's why he was able to, and I explained this to Mitch today. I was like, why do you think you're able to take Choice Band Brick Break from Salamence, doing 33%?
Hello, Drac. Drac's here. He's gonna be here next season.
Is he taking...
He's part of the Anime Night camp.
Hey.
Hello.
Nice to kind of meet you. Are those finger guns?
What?
I can't see from here.
No,
Or
it's
those
the,
eyes?
it's the fucking Geode that looks like it's laughing.
I can't see from here.
Nah, whatever. Either way.
Finger guns.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That's no. The emoji, that's eyes.
I can't see.
Whatever. Oh, you can't see because it's eyes.
Ha!
Either way. Why does everyone dislike Physical Nidoking?
Earth Power is the actual reason. Because the difference between Earth Power and Earthquake is like
Right.
dramatic after Sheer Force Life Orb.
Special Nidoking's better.
It is.
It has more coverage. It's like another thing. It's like just all the punch moves. Like you'd rather run Beam Bolt because after Sheer Force Life Orb you're going to do more damage than even with, I think it's like 15 base higher attack, but just the difference in moves
Right. Changes it.
of.
And Earthquake is not affected by Sheer Force.
It's not because it has no secondary effect. That's
Right.
why Earth Power does more.
Right, exactly. So I can understand. But we get into Ryan
I'm
Johnson.
just going to say this real
Ryan
quick.
Johnson subverting
Just
expectations.
gonna say this real quick. Mixed Nidoking new meta.
Oh.
You-
You can do that if you want. I'll stick to special Neo King, thanks.
I think you can work.
Just over here, just shitting on Nido King.
Oh, also, Mitch fucked up his set with Celebi.
Yeah.
Because,
We were very specific. I don't know who said. I don't know.
I say Agua Berry, because Agua Berry is the first one in the thing.
I don't know who the fuck said. Was it naive or something like that?
It was
like,
naive.
I'm gonna make him naive. It's like, why?
No.
We specifically said no.
Mitch told me it was he wanted to like test speed with something, and he didn't change it back or something stupid.
Oh my god, man. Yeah, he even said to me at one point, he was like, "Oh yeah, I should go like minus." I was like, "No, you're making it to tank." Like fucking.
That's the thing. He didn't
sit in
need
the parking lot, just like, don't do that.
he didn't need any kind of fucking special attack investment. He should have been full HP, full D.
I told him full HP, full defense. You'll eat it, and then you can set up, and then you won't get confused, and then you won't have +2 Aerodactyl come in and
that is confused.
fuck everything up.
And again, you it also told him make sure you don't get low punted. And,
Yeah.
and look what happened.
You got low punted. I said wait for low punted to get out.
Oh, Mitch.
Oh my god.
He's got a lot to learn still.
Man, remember when all those thunderbolts happened against him? You know, it would have been real clutch there.
Motor drive.
Motor drive. I'm just saying. Next time,
Hey, look.
Next time, Mitch.
The way that I like to team build, you get especially with a team like that where you've got a very specific physical defender, very specific special defender. You go 2 physical, 2 special. After that, like attackers.
yeah.
And Aerodactyl, he needed Aerodactyl because it was faster than low punny. Even because again, he's rock. He could take a fake out if he's at 100% health, but he also
That
didn't
was
bring
me
any
fighting
rocks
with-
removal.
yeah. After I told him, make sure you do that.
He did bring rocks removal on Moltres.
Oh, jeez.
That's you should have been M1. Motor Drive Electivire is a problem.
Yes, of course. All of that. Indeed.
Well, so in addition to Mitch completely fucking up his win against... This isn't as egregious. Him completely throwing a game to Gage for no reason other than he's just like, yeah, Shadow Sneak wasn't going to kill. No, it would have, you dumbass.
Yeah, that was fun. Remember that one?
Lot to learn, because coulda... Don't know why he switched out Moltres.
Don't know why I switched on
Don't know why he switched out Moltres. Guaranteed dead when it came back in.
Just click buttons.
Could have killed Meloetta with Hurricane if he
Just
hit
click
it.
buttons.
Click buttons. Just clicking buttons at that point.
Sacrifice your shit.
It was hard to watch, Mitch. And I did bad this season.
Oh my god.
That is turbo shade right
I
there.
love you, Mitch.
Next, we've got the final match here. Manny over Dan +4, a match that we could not sit through all the way because it was 89 turns. So the one thing that Thomas had from this season, aside from being absolutely fucking terrible, was having the longest match in league history. Not anymore, motherfucker!
Nope, that's gone.
Because it's my fault. I was watching the match, and they were at like turn 60-something when Crowback came out, and I was like, hey, you're only like 9 turns away from the longest match in league history. And they were like, let's go for it. And then it turned into 20 more turns of absolute horror.
I like your little first note in there, by the way.
Uh,
After just everything, the way like
oh yeah!
the placement went for everybody.
I should have led with this. Mitch losing made it so. Manny beats Dan. He gets the first seed, Dan gets the 4th seed, so they face each other in the first round of the playoffs. Dan beats Manny. Manny gets the 2nd seed and Dan gets the 3rd seed, so they play each other in the first round of the playoffs.
Literally nothing. This match had no point to it, and it was the longest match. This was probably my favorite match of the week for that sole reason. It was
I
a
hated
throwaway
it.
match.
We were sitting here in silence as nothing was happening, rewatching the battle, and it's just like
I watched it dazed. I woke up. It was like, oh man, he's playing, and I like watched it like half asleep, and I guess I must have fell back asleep because I did not remember the end of it.
The only thing to take away from it is Dan didn't have what he needed to solve that defensive core. So in the first round of the playoffs here, hopefully Dan does better to solve that shit, because Coco barely did anything in the match, so he, there was almost Like, you want to try to learn in that situation. Either fuck around and don't bring your big guns, or try to, like, figure out sets. Like, how does this person work? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe they weren't trying to bring out the big guns. So next week, hopefully, is a better battle that does not take 89 turns.
Well, man, he probably knew. He was like, I'm just going to back pocket all this nonsense.
All right, let's talk about commish picks for 2 seconds. Thank you for coughing directly into the microphone.
I coughed into my leg.
Thanks. Now we're all gonna get sick.
My strategy, my bold strategy, Cotton, of choosing against my gut feeling
I'm really bad at this.
Got me 2-6 this final week. You didn't choose the final week. Mike did.
No, I'm just looking at the totals.
Oh, well, it was a combination of you, Mike, James, and Thomas missing a week.
All right, well, I'm going to take credit for all the wins then.
I finished 36-36, fucking even Steven over here.
Yeah.
Manny finishes 40-32. We still don't have a prize for commish picks. Maybe I'll give him that fucking Pokeball puzzle that I've got back there. I gave you the fucking Eevee one for your birthday, so you don't need that one.
That's the better one anyways.
And Mike went 27, 44, and 1 because he chose neither in the match of Mitch and M1. So that's commish picks. Again, we don't have a prize.
Congratulations, guys.
No stakes. Oh, again, literally no stakes on commish picks. It's just something we do for fun, I guess.
Yeah.
Mario, let's move into your segment here. The segment that you were just like, I can't do a top 5, bottom 5. Can't do a top 5, bottom 3. I need to do top 3, bottom 3.
Whoa.
Big Mons.
Is it Big Mons this week?
No, it's not Big Mons.
I just said wrote down top 3, bottom 3 Mons this week because
we also forgot to call this Raw Dog 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Haste. This was done in haste because you have a costume you need to work on.
Spoilers.
Let's talk about the top 3 Pokemon this week.
All right. Number 3, we got Oricorio.
You almost called him Oricoko again, didn't you?
Almost. I had to stop. No, I was going to say Orimario.
Orimario.
Yes, that should have been my weird team name collab thing. Could it be with pom-poms? It would have been adorable.
It would have been.
All right. Food for thought. Food for thought. I'll ride their coattails for once. Just like I said before about that Scarf Oricorio coming in, just deleting Swellow, removing the Specs Boombers that we all knew was going to just poke holes. No one wants to deal with that nonsense.
In addition to, let's not forget, he did go 50-50 on Hurricanes, but the 2 Hurricanes he hit did count.
Yeah. Just murdering. Just murdering.
Getting rid of Gorgeist, almost called a Pumpkaboo.
Yeah, Pumpkaboo 2. Electric Pumpkaboo.
Big Pumpkaboo.
Big pumps.
And Greninja.
Yeah.
Minnie wants to move Greninja down. He still thinks that 160 is a good price for Greninja. Can I get your opinion on that?
I say give it 1 season, but he cannot draft it. If he wants to move it down, he is not allowed to draft it. He cannot trade for it. He cannot pick it up mid-season.
That's why he wants to move it down.
I was going to say, I do believe that it's almost always predicated with Greninja should be 160, comma, so I can draft it.
That's my point. If he wants it, that is the only way it's fair.
Keldeo might be moving down.
Doesn't matter. I'm more concerned about Greninja. It has fun shenanigans you can do with it, but at the same time, it's like...
Keldeo gets no fucking respect.
No respect. No respect.
No respect. Who's number 2?
2?
Number 2.
The hilarious Skarmory.
I agree. Skarmory never has done so much work.
Ever.
In a Pokemon
it was sweating.
Making the steel sweat.
Making the steel sweat. Getting red in the cheeks.
Getting red in the steel.
Steel cheeks.
Whoa.
Yeah. Anyways, no, it was just you got a man who's -2 at one point.
Still
who's doing less damage than the life orb that is coming from Salamence. Taking more healing more from the leftovers than the recoil from Brave Bird. Just putting in the work.
I gotta wonder, if you're bringing Life Orb Salamence, do you pack Roost most of the time?
I would.
What a shame. Maybe he saw the writing on the wall. He's like, I'm done. Whatever.
Just end me.
Number 1.
Number 1. Bring him.
Man, is it? Does this fall along the same lines as where last season the only time that I got a chance to use Magnapul with Magneton was against an opponent that I didn't play?
Yeah.
The only time that we get to see you drafted it for fucking Spore Punch, and then the only time you get to effectively use it, you're not the person battling.
That happens, man.
It happens.
Yeah, I like Braylon Malati. He's always been one of my favorites. I like my whole team. That's what I get for picking favorites. 5-4 plus 13.
You never pick favorites.
Yeah, except the difference between me and you is my favorites are good.
You did start the season with Furret, Rob.
I thought he'd be good.
I told you, man. You didn't do Scarf me first.
Ah, man.
One time you got to Scarf me
but
first.
Like, you just poke Furret and he's dead.
Yeah.
Could have went with
I'm
Linoon.
okay, Dad.
Fucking Linoon's a bitch. Fuck you.
Say that to my face, motherfucker.
I just did.
Oh, shit. Bottom
three! Alright. Same page. Alright, bottom three. Thomas, I'm sorry, bud. A Zelf. What was it? Lord Tim.
Lord Tim. Mixed Azelf?
We mixed Azelf for all coverage. Did absolutely nothing.
Did he ever run? It's fucking Tim's Titans was his team. Did he run the fucking Tim set at all?
I don't even know what that set was.
I'm pretty sure it's the same one that I ran a lot when I had Azelf in the season that it's you go fucking rocks, you get like Psyshock in there.
Yeah. Taunt, maybe.
U-turn.
Explosion. That's
That's
what I remember. I think I had to play you against that, and I was so scared of Explosion.
Azelf's got like 100 attack. It's not really,
but it's not like
but it's
a
also
shitty
fast. No, it's
Pokemon.
actually 120. Yeah, Azelf's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good bond.
Yeah,
good bond.
Good rock set.
Out of the three,
good lead.
Yeah, out of the 3 discount Mews, in my opinion, it's the best one.
I like Uxie a lot.
Uxie can be good for like defense.
Uxie's got Golbat speed too. It's sneaky fast for a defensive Pokemon.
Yeah.
You get those U-turns and just maybe if you want the slow U-turn, you don't want Uxie, but either way.
Yeah. Moving on.
Number 2.
Just really disappointed with Lord Tim. Lord Tim needs to take a lap. Number 2 we have Moltres.
Merely because this is more Mitch being the problem. Because Moltres, I really think 60 points, whoever can scoop up Moltres next season is going to have a fucking field day with it. Because it's a good, like, scarf. It's like 95 or so.
Yeah, it's good.
Put the fucking scarf on it. I know you rely on Hurricane a lot, but maybe put it on a ring team. Why not?
Yeah, so it can take double damage to its super effective weakness.
It can...
If it can get over it.
Moltres, 4 times weakness to rocks is a problem. Like 130 special attack is really good, though. So, I mean, Fire Blast calcs very well compared to Flamethrower a lot of the time, but again, 85%.
I even told him. We were talking about like why the difference between Flamethrower and Fire Blast. I was like, if Flamethrower, like, if Fire Blast doesn't do any extra than Flamethrower would.
Right.
If it doesn't get you over that hump, like, don't bother.
If it doesn't turn a 3KO into a 2KO.
Yeah.
Or a 2KO into an OKO.
Exactly. So, I don't know. Whatever. But when you got Moltres, you don't switch out when rocks
No,
are up.
no, you
You
don't.
don't. You go, okay, checkmate, it's dead.
You also should have better removal than
Then a
Moltres
Pokemon
itself.
does it 4 times a hit. It's the same thing where like no one drafts normal Charizard. Normal Charizard.
Other than Garrison, who has drafted him twice at this point.
What's he doing with it?
He nearly beat Manny last season with Custap Charizard.
Oh, well,
Custap Belly Charizard.
Well, yeah, Bellyzard is like an actual.
Or
set.
not? No, whatever the it might be the +1 speed berry.
Oh yeah,
not
you
Custap.
belly drum, you get
Right.
the 4th%, and then that's like the thing.
Yeah,
that's the play.
that's what you do with it.
Yeah, or you do like the weird aerial or
Acrobatics set.
acrobatics set. Yeah, but like and then you just throw up Stealth Rocks. It's like, well,
Now
shit.
what?
Now it's dead.
Which, fair enough. I do think that Moltres at 60 points is one of the highlights of the 4th tier, which is it's a shame that it didn't do much because, I mean, you even saw a fucking Flamethrower with Life Orb on Moltres, I think.
Yeah.
Flamethrower did a pretty good amount to Meloetta.
Who's got a big old special butt.
Big old butt on Meloetta.
Yeah, disgusting.
Number 1.
Chansey. Who I'm pretty sure has made both Mario's top and Mario's bottom prior.
Both, I believe you ranked Chansey in a top and a bottom once.
Yeah.
So number one here, yeah, just not doing what it needs to do.
No.
It's one of those things where you think about it and it's like, Chansey has fucking 5 defense. Base 5 defense. It's fucking Shuckle over here.
Yeah.
And I'm putting 252 into defense for what? Makes a big difference.
Because that's why. Because it's the base stat is one thing. It's the final number that matters when it comes to stuff like this.
That's why the 252 is really
like the
important.
Max, yeah, the max number is a big game changer. When you have that number, now it might jump from like, I'm just bullshit numbers here. Just as an example, this isn't anything true. But like, let's say 5 goes to 45 with no investment,
right?
As opposed to a normal Pokemon who's got about 150. So if that 45 gets full investment and it goes to like 90.
No, I looked into this because Chansey with 5 defense, no investment, is like 46 defense.
Okay, so 46 defense.
And then you put the 252 in, plus bold,
yeah,
119.
119. Now, but that 119 with the Eviolite jumps it up to just under 180. It's like 170 something. So that's competent to normal Pokemon defenses.
Considering there aren't many Pokemon when we play at level 50 here that cross over 200 in their stats, even when you're like putting everything in there.
Yeah.
Like 130 on Coco, you put everything into speed and he's like 208.
Yeah.
So hitting 180, pretty good.
Pretty good. And that's why it's the Eviolite that makes the difference, though. It's that 50%
Right.
increase. And that's why he was able to take the brick breaks. That's why he was able to take any kind of
That's
physical
why
move.
that's why Chansey's a nightmare until you get rid of its Eviolite.
Yeah, and then that's a different story.
Because even then it's very, because like even without a Lomomola backing it up, it's going to take even neutral physical hits.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
Yeah. That is a big difference. And it's like you threw the Toxic on the Nidoking. He tried hitting Nidoking.
Nidoking switched in.
I thought he was
No,
already out.
he switched in when he tried hitting Toxic.
Oh, you just go. You hit the seismic toss always.
You know
get
what
the
I like?
rocks out. Get the seismic.
I don't
toss
like the only set that's been run on Blissey, on Sneaky's team this season, has been fucking Aromatherapy or Heal Bell or whatever, Seismic Toss, Rocks, Soft Boiled. I don't like Toxic on Chansey. I prefer it.
Except for that time he played me and hit me with flamethrower and I died.
I prefer it playing Cleric.
Chansey?
Yeah.
Nah.
Eh.
Just wall.
I like it being a Cleric. Toxic on
No,
a
'cause
little
you ever-
Mola, that's fine. That's,
You ever try to like shoot a little ray gun at a like a brick wall? It doesn't really work out too well. It just kind of hangs out there.
you trying to kill a Deathclaw with a BB gun?
Yeah, it doesn't work out.
All right. Oh, that was number 1. All right, cool. So that was
Real quick. I got places to be.
top 3,
Top 3.
bottom 3. Let's talk about the playoffs.
I don't wanna. I hope you lose round 1. I hope
Oh,
you
I
Yamcha.
might.
I hope you Yamcha so hard.
I got Yamcha last season by the eventual champion, so at least I
Yeah.
can feel good about that. So, Manny gets the first seed over on the left side, which I realized before, when we named them after, specific games, it was, like Johto, Kanto, Sinnoh, Hoenn. This time we've got, left and right.
Wow, so creative.
You could say, because Yellow Crystal, classic,
Mm-hmm.
and Emerald Platinum, advanced.
That's fair.
You could.
That's fair.
You could
That's
do
not
that.
bad.
We're going to now.
We are going to, yes. So ahead of the Classic Division, 1 seed was Manny. Got the 1 seed because James lost. Basically, Manny was like, fine, whatever, fucking throwing, doing whatever the fuck. He gets Dan round 1, who we saw this battle already. So hopefully it's a little better.
Yeah.
And James gets Garrison, who I believe he beat twice in the season. So this might...
Get that Bellyzard going, bro.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I know that Manny got both wins off Dan, I'm pretty sure, this season. So I might be wrong. I didn't take a look into see who James lost to. I think it was, for the longest time, it was just Sneaky. And then he ended up 6-3, so it was Sneaky, Dan, and Tristan. So those were his 3 losses that season. So if Dan somehow beats Manny and gets up against James, there's precedent there, and Dan might find himself in the finals.
Ooh.
Ooh. On the other side,
Oh my.
on the advanced side, Sneaky, only person going 8-1 this season, pretty good. Not the person with the highest plus, which was Manny because he got a +6 from M1, but either way. Going up against the underdog, the 4th seed, the underdog champion, me. I don't know how it's gonna go. Again, I thought I had a pretty good shot the first time. Got my shit kicked in a way that made me look like a gigantic idiot because rock slide.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens there. And the other match going on is Murphy, who has been basically unstoppable, except against Mitch for some reason.
You're welcome.
I believe his only losses, he went 7-2, I think. His only losses being me week 1 because Stoutland was a monster. And yeah, 7-2. And
oh no, that's not a high five.
Are you trying to high five me?
That's
okay.
me raising my hand for.
Oh yes, please.
I beat him.
You have a question?
No, I beat him.
Oh, Mitch beat him.
Yeah. I piloted the mech. He did the punches. I pressed the buttons,
so to speak.
Whoa!
Oh, you knocked
God.
over my shit, you dumbass.
You're messing
Oh,
everything up.
my feelings.
I would say it's thanks to you, but then he beat you. That's true. That's exactly what happened. And Murphy's taking on Kyle, which I think is probably the most interesting match so far. It's also not a match that's already happened.
Yeah,
so
that's fun. Again, Kyle.
So you're pulling for. You just said you wanted Murphy to win because Kyle already has a championship, or you just having
it's
Sneaky
sneaky.
beat
I
me.
want-
You want the semifinals to be Sneaky and Kyle again?
Yes,
Oh my god!
I want all platinum, baby.
Hashtag all platinum everything.
Yeah, that's featuring SpongeBob.
So I'm most excited.
Chrome.
So I'm most excited about that. Let me get the opinion from you. It's kind of commish picks, except not. Who do you think, Rob, is going to win out of James and Garrison?
James and Garrison? I'll go with James.
All right, it's okay.
Yeah.
James definitely has some fucking
He's gonna pull some
hidden nonsense that he's been back pocketing for this reason.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
he hasn't used his secret technique yet.
Yeah, dude, no, because I just figured he thinks he's got an easy ride to the finals. He's got Thomas in his division. He doesn't need to worry about anything. Just coasting. He's just gonna blow up in playoffs.
And I agree that James probably has this. As much as Garrison's a very competent battler, he did very well both last season and this season.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a tough match for him, but James has the James. There's a reason that we talk up James so much, and it's because he earned it. So
Oh yeah.
it's going to be tough, and if he beats him, then the weird thing is it's just going to fucking James probably won't even care if he loses.
No, he's just in it for having fun. He embodies the true spirit of this league.
What we all should do. Where I see it happens to you, it happens to me. We lose, and it's just the body language is just like boo immediately, and you get like kind of oh fuck, and James is just like he loses, and it's like wow, what a game! Like
I wish I had that.
I wish I envy
We
him.
all need to be a little more like James.
I really do envy him because
Can we make instead of get rid of this like microphone Pokeball? Put a picture of James there.
a big smile and
A big smiley, or him with the mustache.
yeah.
who do you think, Rob, is going to win out of Manny and Dan? Even though we saw this match already.
Probably Manny.
That's
Manny,
my boy.
Manny knows his shit.
Gotta give it to Manny.
Manny told me he didn't even pop out all of his texts, so
Obviously not. He probably didn't care at all. I think I said that earlier. He was probably just like, man, fuck it.
yep. So
Might as well fuck around with the match.
there might be some crazy shit going into that match. I'm excited to see what happens there. Who do you think's going to win out of me and Sneaky?
You and Sneaky.
Mm.
I don't know. That's maybe you.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know.
I know I'm with you there, Mario.
Give me a coin.
Coin flip game.
Yeah.
A pick'em.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have a coin if you would like one.
Yes.
All right.
No, this is for real.
All right.
I'm thinking 50-50. You're gonna win.
I got a very nice coin. I bought a Wonder Ball at a Wunderball at Big Lots, and I wish I bought more for some motherfucker bought all the rest of them.
Oh this is really nice. I'm not gonna say what it is. Don't say what it is, so that the audience at home has no idea. They're like,
that is really nice.
that is really cool. All right, so this guy's face is you, and
Okay. Tails is
Tails is
Tails
Mr.
is
Snakes.
It's got a good sound to it.
It does.
Does. Sneaky.
Oh, no.
Sorry, bub.
Literal coin flip.
Literal coin flip.
The odds are on your side,
that's that way.
Joe.
Yeah, that's got a good noise to it.
Yeah, that's fun.
Who is going to win out of Murphy and Kyle, Rob?
Murphy and Kyle. I don't know.
Mario? I would like Murphy to win.
Yeah.
But then, if I beat Sneaky, I have to face Murphy, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So...
I hope Murphy brings Togekiss and it loses terribly. That's it.
Can we all just take a minute and just appreciate the fact that Mitch got a +5 from him?
Man, that
was my favorite match of the
Unburdened,
season.
and he got rid of Unburdened Slurpuff
Yeah.
after it did so much work for him. What a shame. So
Two
that's
seasons in a row.
So that's basically it. I'd like Murphy to win because he's in my division, and also I don't want to play Mega Banette either.
No.
So
Let me just delete something.
if
from
I
you
win,
real quick.
but either way, I think then as we go into the season is done. The season is now for half of the league. Everybody goes home.
I'm free.
You're free.
No more stress.
You get to do as you please. You get to sit back and watch the fireworks. As we go into the first week of the playoffs, could the first week of the playoffs possibly be the most important week of the season for the people in the playoffs?
I'm gonna say, sure. I'll let you have this one.
Because man, let me tell you, if you lose this week, there ain't no coming back from it.
Yeah, you're like out of. It's like me right now. It could be worse.
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
It could be worse. Rob, is this the most important week of the season?
Is it? I think it is.
I don't think he gets this far either.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you don't.
I
Nobody
never-
listens to the end. You don't even listen to these.
Yeah, no, I don't.
It's a joke. I ask at the end of the thing, is this the most important week of the season? And I ask it literally every week. And the joke is that Manny always agrees with me. And there were 2 or 3 times that Mario said no, and I got really angry at him.
I never felt the first week of playoffs ever before. Not since a long time.
Not since
ago.
season 1, right?
Yeah.
No. He was
I never felt that energy, that palpable energy.
We talked about this last week. Rob, you got into playoffs season 4, and I was like fucking, I didn't want to be in the playoffs. So we played, and you were very close to winning, except you tried to hit Earthquake on Yuxi.
Oh, yeah, that's because I didn't know it had levitate. Yeah. Fuck you, fuck
Yuxi!
That could have been Rob's season.
All right, well, with that then, I think we can close the book on the regular season here. The playoffs are now, they are coming. I'm going to start the outro real quick.
Good.
So,
Daddy needs a cigarette.
all right. There we go. This is just kind of this is it. This is the big time, boys. My friends who are not in the big time currently.
Thanks.
Literally your fault.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
For Inside the PFL, I am Joe.
I'm the new takeover host, Mario.
And this is Bobby, your MVP of the season.
Yeah, buddy. Everybody,
Most violent player.
everybody who is still playing out there, have fun, because we really all do need to have fun.
It's true. We're taking this way too serious.
Oop, shit. No, there we go.
Bye, guys.
Bye, boys.